Talk about innovation at its best. 2 screens, a stylus, and somehow that felt like the future. The DS felt unlike anything before it. For years, handheld gaming meant 1 screen. Then Nintendo said, wait a minute. What if we add 1 more? It was weird, people questioned it, but it worked. Released in the US on November 21st of 2004, before touchscreens were even common, this thing felt otherworldly. But unlike the SP, this fell into the stepping of a better tomorrow. And let's not forget, it was backwards compatible with GBA games. So you weren't really leaving your childhood behind. You were carrying it forward. It even had a microphone that you could blow in to trigger in-game mechanics. Who even thinks of that? It has to be always Nintendo. Now imagine this, sending messages, drawing pictures, talking to your cousins across the house. But back then, PictoChat felt magical. You see, I remember being upstairs in my room while my other cousins were scattered around the house, and we were just sending messages, sending little doodles. It's pretty wild back then that you can do it. And the fact is, you didn't need a link cable. Wireless connectivity was pretty new at the time. All you really had to be is just nearby. It felt like we were connected by some invisible thread. And then, Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Those games changed everything in the Pokemon world. An update in graphics, and a lot of people would say that the DS era is the pinnacle peak of Pokemon. And honestly, I really wouldn't disagree, although I love the GBA games of course, but I felt like the art style was perfected here. Now the best part of it is that you can trade without a link cable. It felt crazy and like, how is that even possible? Not only that, but if you were a GBA Pokemon player, you can transfer all your Pokemon to the DS. At the time, that was a really insane feature. Also, let's not forget about the action replay. I mean, how many of us use that only just to get Arceus, Giratina, and so many other Pokemon in there? But everybody felt so connected to it. I remember going on YouTube and looking at codes and instructions as to how to get these Pokemon. And not only that, but my cousins and friends did the same thing. It was just very experimental. I don't think I've ever felt this connected to a Pokemon community since the DS era. It was just amazing. Also, did anybody feel like Pokemon were physically traveling between systems when you were trading? Like they were moving through time and space? Me and my cousins, we would be around the room and we would trade or battle. And when trading would happen, we would pretend that we could grab the Pokemon mid-air just because we were kind of petty and didn't want to trade that really special Pokemon for that other Pokemon. I don't know, it's pretty silly. I don't know if any of you did it, but at the same time, I did that a lot with like the link cables. You would think that they're like transferring around in the cable and you're like, wait a minute, what if I pinch it? I get my Pokemon and that his Pokemon gets stuck there. I know it's kind of malicious thinking. And let's talk about download play. Mario Kart DS. Only one person needed the game. Everyone else could join. You couldn't customize your character, but really nobody cared. It felt like freedom when you can just play just to play. And aside from all the fun with Mario Kart, the DS was also used as a cookbook.
Yara, want to cook something on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. How about Kung Pao chicken?
Yeah.
Cut the green onions into 3/4-inch lengths.
See, I'm not cutting my fingers at all.
It's time to mix the seasoning.
Can you stir that?
People actually followed recipes from the DS and actually made food with them. Pretty crazy when you think about it that it's just a gaming console. And not only that, does anybody remember playing the Cooking Mama games? Cause those are really fun. I loved playing those games, especially stirring like the pot with like the food, using the stylus. Those are some great times. Now, one of the things that I loved about the DS was its design. See, the original one had a silver tone, almost like a portable GameCube. It was chunky, but then came the DS Lite, slimmer, brighter screens, a stylus repositioned for a quicker access, and suddenly it felt perfect. And when the Wii launched, it was even better. Everything matched. None of those changes felt overwhelming, they just felt welcoming. Well, not only that, but the DS Lite had some incredible colors. You had the Onyx one, the white one, and the pink one at first. I do believe they released more colors later down the line, but it was nice seeing people around playing the DS with multiple different versions. It just felt like a really nice little community back then.
Touch it. It won't bite.
Touch me.
The DS era, That was peak Nintendo. It dominated sales. It was everywhere. On the bus, in the doctor's office, especially at school. And if you didn't have one, you wanted one. Even parents had them. Pokemon exploded, spin-offs everywhere, and of course, mainline classics. The DS wasn't just successful, it was a cultural phenomenon in the gaming community. But then there was a shift. See, smartphones rose, touchscreens became normal, and app stores, well, they just happened. The novelty of touching your screen, it, well, faded. But it wasn't because the DS failed. It was because the world was changing. And I guess that's why we yearn for it so much. Because we literally had it in the palm of our hands.